Hi.
Blog
Welcome to
Talk
Kidmissing.
Radio.
Hi. Welcome to Kidmissing Radio. I'm your host, Angelina Wilson, and I am so sorry that I'm late. I'm not used to doing this on Sunday, and I've had a horrible weekend. Just my hip. This show is about Little Miss Panasoffkee. This was a case that I first saw in Unsolved Mysteries. When I saw the case, I immediately contacted the Doe Network, and I received an email response from them. Hi, Angelina. I'm very pleased to hear that you find the Doe Network helpful, and thank you for linking to us. I very much appreciate it. I have looked at your website. Your efforts to the cause of missing children is commendable, to say the least. As for the Florida case you mentioned, I am not familiar with that one, or at least it doesn't come to mind right off. We would most definitely profile any, in capital letters, case of this nature given the proper information. Thank you for your interest in us. If there is anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to contact me again. Mary Oblenis, the Doe Network Potential Match Administrator. That was awesome. I couldn't have asked for better. If you know who she is, you can call the Sumter County Sheriff's Department at 1-352-569-1600. She's found under a bridge on the sort of the bank of Lake Panasoffkee, and the first police chief, sheriff, whatever he was that was on her case, named her that. He and his wife actually paid for her gravestone. She was found on February 19th, 1971, by a couple of teenage hitchhikers. The original Unsolved Mysteries aired on 10/14/92, but I didn't see it till later. In 2012, a Greek TV show, sort of like Unsolved Mysteries, did a segment on her because her teeth showed that she was born in a small Greek town and grew up in a small Greek town. So, and someone came forward and said that's Constantina with a K. Who was a girl who went to a school with this girl where they learned, I guess, how to be maids or nannies, and then they're sent to the U.S. and Australia to work. Well, the girl that had studied with her was sent to Australia, and Constantina was sent to the U.S. She hadn't seen or heard from her. What we know about Little Miss Panasoffkee is that she was in her late teens to early 20s. She had one, possibly two children. They know that by looking at her body. She was 5 feet to 5 feet 5 inches and 100 to 120 pounds. She had a surgical procedure done on her ankle, and this was the thing that caught my attention so much on Unsolved Mysteries. It was called a Watson-Jones procedure, probably named after the two surgeons that pioneered it. They do this for stability, so she would have had this rope put in as an extra ligament in her ankle, and you could see where the procedure was done. Anyway, she was laying there for about a month, so she wasn't really recognizable. You'll notice in the pictures scrolling by, there are images of what the clothing looked like that had never been put out there before. She was wearing plaid pants, a green shirt. She had looks like a animal print shawl with a fuzzy edge, and black shoes. They changed her looks to make her look more Greek after that information came out. So she looks very different in her 2012 drawings after she was exhumed and her teeth were tested than she does in the earlier drawings, where they did something unprecedented. They actually did an age regression, which is something they had never done before this case. It's very unique. The new sketches were actually distributed throughout Tarpon Springs, Florida. It's where they have a big Greek festival and a large Greek population, and they felt that if she was anywhere, before she was killed, it might have been there. Also, she was murdered. She was found with a man's belt around her neck. This was a large belt. I can't find anywhere the size number of the belt, but I remember being struck, again, on the segment about how large the belt was. Because it was quite large. As we said, her teeth is up. Can't think of the name of it, but there's a science that they use to tell where you grew up. And that's what they used. Ugh. Can't believe I already only have a minute and a half left. She was born approximately 1946 to 1954 in Southern Europe, probably Lornum, Greece. Been unidentified for almost 50 years. It's time. They think she was killed somewhere around January. Lake Panasoffkee is in Sumter County. And again, the phone number, if you have any information, and again, I'm so sorry. I don't do these on Sunday usually, but I was in so much pain yesterday I couldn't sit. So I hope this show will be informative. 1-352-569-1600, again, is the Sumter County Sheriff's Department. Again, you can probably find the segment on Unsolved Mysteries up. In fact, there's an Unsolved Mysteries message board that I highly recommend on Sitcoms Online, where you can find me as Benoit Babe, and my picture is the sketch of Little Miss Panasoffkee. This case means the world to me. I don't know why, but she just really struck me, And so I wanted to do a show about her, even though I didn't have anyone to come on the show with me. Because the policeman, he just couldn't, given the circumstances and all of the new information at the time that I asked him, he just couldn't. So I understand that. And I want to thank him for all the help he was to me, because he was a great help. The detective that's on the case now, and he isn't giving up. He's the one that got him to do the exhumation and got him to do the teeth and found out that she was Greek. So I want to thank him a bunch. I can't remember his name. And I want to thank the Doe Network for researching the case and putting her up after I wrote them, and for sending me this beautiful email. Thank you again, Mandy O'Blenis, for sending me this email. This was in 2004. That is so funny. Her email address was Rotten Baby. Rotten Baby. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening in. Thank you for your patience. Again, I'm beyond sorry. Like I said, I haven't been having the best of days, best of weekends, just a lot of pain. So please forgive me. Thank you again so much. God bless you. God bless this young woman, and I pray that we can help get the word out there and maybe give her name back. She deserves that, even if the person who killed her is themselves deceased, because it's been almost 50 years. At least let's give her name back. I mean, that's what we want to do with the boy in the box. At this point, there's not going to be anybody to prosecute in that case. We know that. But we want to give him his name back, and that's what we want to do with this little girl. Thank you. God bless. Have a good night. Goodbye.